Even in the middle of our conversation, Thrasymachus had repeatedly tried to take control of the discussion, but each time he had been prevented by those sitting round us, who wanted to hear the discussion through to the end. But when we reached this stopping place in the argument, he was incapable of remaining silent any longer. He gathered himself and sprang at us like a wild beast at its prey. Speaking up loud and clear, Thrasymachus said, "What's this nonsense that has got into you too, Socrates? Why be so obliging? Why keep giving way to one another? If you really want to know what justice is, then stop simply asking questions and scoring points by proving that any answer given by anyone else is wrong. You know perfectly well it's easier to ask questions than to give answers. Come on, why don't you give some answers yourself? Tell us what you say justice is, and don't go telling us that it's what's necessary, or what's beneficial, or what's advantageous, or what's profitable, or what's good for you. I won't take any of that stuff. No, tell us, please, quite clearly exactly what you mean." "Don't be angry with us, Thrasymachus," I said, with some apprehension. "If Polemarchus and I are making mistakes in our examination of the arguments, I assure you we're not making them on purpose. If we're looking for gold, we wouldn't deliberately give way to one another in our search and so destroy our chances of finding it. So, since what we are actually looking for is justice, a thing more valuable than a large quantity of gold, you can't imagine we are so stupid as to make concessions to one another, and not be determined to bring it as clearly as possible into view. Believe us, my friend. The trouble is, we lack the ability. So when you clever people see our efforts, pity is really a far more appropriate reaction than annoyance." This brought an unpleasant laugh from Thrasymachus. "Oh, my God," he said, "I knew it, the famous modesty of Socrates. I predicted it. I told these people you'd refuse to give any answers, that you'd pretend to be modest, that you'd do anything to avoid answering if anyone asked you a question." "Clever of you, Thrasymachus. Clever enough to know what would happen if you were to ask someone what 12 was, but then give him a warning before he answered, 'Now look here, don't go telling us that 12 is twice 6, or 3 times 4, or 6 times 2, or 4 times 3. I'm not going to take any nonsense of that sort from you.' It was obvious to you, I imagine, that if you asked the question in that way, no one could possibly answer it." "Is that just what you're going to do now? Are you going to give one of the answers I told you not to give?" "It wouldn't surprise me," I said, "if on reflection I came to that conclusion." "What if I give you an answer about justice which is quite different from all those other answers, a much better answer than those? What do you think should be your penalty?" "Well, obviously, the penalty appropriate to someone who doesn't know. He should learn, I take it, from the person who does know." "You innocent," said Thrasymachus. "No, you must do more than learn. You must pay me some money as well."